Dundee United and Hibs will both be in action, try to get through into the Conference League group stages. Bit of news out of Dundee United. They're in talks to sign Dario Namu, who's currently on loan. They're trying to sign him on a permanent deal, so it opens up a space in the squad for another loan arrival, and that would be Luca Stevenson, who was there last season on loan from Liverpool. I think that's quite an exciting one for them if they can get that done. But in terms of where this tie sits, I think that was outstanding. The first leg result against Rapid Vienna, and I've just got my fingers crossed. I would love them to finish off the job. Tam, tell me I'm not dreaming.
No, I don't think you are. I've been pretty impressed with Dundee United this season. I think there's been a large turnover of players, a lot of foreign players, much documented. A lot of people are not happy with it. But see, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where your players are from. You know, as long as they go and do the business for the club, who cares? And I've been pretty impressed with them. I thought they looked lively against Falkirk. You know, and they probably should have won that game. And then going to Rapid Vienna, you know, who are, you know, pretty storied European team. You know, good record in the Europa League and Conference League in the last few seasons, and thoroughly deserving a 2-each draw. You know, played really, really well on the night. A real threat in the forward areas going forward. Solid defensively. I didn't fancy them at the start of the tie. I thought Rapid Vienna would be too strong over both legs, but gave themselves a great chance tomorrow night. You know, Tannadice, full house. You know, going back to the glory days of Jim McLean. You know, that atmosphere will be crackling, and Dundee United have got a good pedigree in Europe as well. And I think they might nick it. I think they might, with the fans behind them. I think they can go and make it a right glory night for Dundee United with a wee 2-1 win.
Well, I'm hoping so, Fraser, because we're talking there, good things happening at Hearts. You know, Dundee United, I mean, what a monument. I think that'd be terrific, and we've been moaning for years about our teams creating such a fuss about, you know, qualifying for a crack at European football season after season and then getting papped out the thing when all the serious big boys are still on the beach. So it really would be brilliant if Dundee United and Hibs could make the most of the starts they've made over these ties and finish off the job. Because if we can get our clubs playing regular European football, at whatever level that might be, first, second or third tier, it can only be healthy for the Scottish game in general. Where are you on these ties? I'm going to come to you, Tam, obviously, about the Hibs situation, but give us your view on both Hibs and Dundee United just now, for us.
Different views on both, and I just hope I'm wrong. I would love to see 5 Scottish teams in the group stage. I don't know what that would do for our desk, Keith, how we'd deal with that, but that's a problem further down the line. I'm confident.
We need to start hiring. We'll give you Tam a game.
Aye, why not? Give him some real work. Look, I just fear Dundee United peaked last week. As you say, that was an incredible result, an incredible effort. Both ends of the park. I thought they were really defensively brilliant. I loved watching them defending their box. They looked organised, and they were really they were clinical up front. I like the look of the boy Zach Sapsford. Tam, I'd like to get your opinion on him, but he looks like a natural kind of instinct for putting the ball in the net. Doesn't even have to look at the goals kind of thing. Just knows where he is. First time shot, bottom corner. I like that kind of stuff. And his goal in the previous round at Tannadice was fantastic. I just fear that maybe Rapid Vienna might get a bit of a jolt for that. Dundee United maybe peaked. They definitely tired at the weekend against Hearts. That was another really difficult 95 minutes for them. I just fear for Dundee United, and I hope I'm wrong. Whereas Hibs going to that tie Easter Road in such a commanding position with a stronger squad than Dundee United. David Gray rested a few players at the weekend. Came away with a 2-2 draw. They maybe tired a bit as well in the second half. But I think they're ready for this one. I think they've got the kind of know-how, the experience, the organisation and the goal threat to go and stretch their lead and just finish the game off on Thursday night. I hope so, because I'm covering that one.
Oh, good. We'll get you on from Easter Road before the game tomorrow then, Fraz.
Oh, sorry, I'm not actually. No.
Get our money's worth out you. Tam, I mean, that was a brilliant first leg result and performance. I actually called it. I expected Hibs to get a result, and I think I tipped them to get a win away from home. I think they'll finish off the job with another win. And again, that's great for our coefficient. But how impressed were you, or are you, by the way Hibs are looking this summer, and what do you think lies in store for them, both in Europe and at home, over the course of the campaign?
Yeah, I think they're just continuing their great form for the second part of last season. I thought obviously the first part of the season was a nightmare for disaster for Hibs.
Yeah.
A lot of individual errors were killing the manager. And fair play to Malky Mackay, the board, you know, Ian Gordon, they stuck with the manager, and it's paying dividends now. He looks a really comfortable, composed manager at that level. You know, his tactics have been spot on in all 3 European games so far. And going to Partizan Belgrade, 2-0 result, fantastic result. You know, real intimidating atmosphere, going to Belgrade and getting a result. Job's not done yet. I seen they won 7-2 at the weekend. They obviously scored 6 in the last round against
They're an aggressive team, aren't they?
Yep, they're a very, very young team, and you're going to get a lot of ups and downs with young players, and if they click on the night, they could be dangerous. But I think when you look at Hibs on the whole, there's just a confidence about them. In a minute, they can go and finish the job. What they need to do is cut out the sloppy mistakes. I think if there's one big thing, it was at the weekend, 2-0 up, Rocky Bashiri, sloppy ball into the middle of the park. They got up the park, score command, whole complexion, whole atmosphere in the stadium changes. With that one
goal, it looks home and hosed at 2-0.
Yeah, home and hosed 2-0. One wee bit of sloppiness, and then Kamalek's back in it. They come out second half, get the goal 2 each, and then they probably should have won the game. So Hibs need to just stop that sloppy mistake. You know, be focused, be confident, and if they get the first goal with that support behind them, I think they'll go and coast it. But if Partizan get the first goal, then I think it's tie on. But I still think Hibs will go through.